Well, there's our tin that we're going to be using for this part of the reptile monitoring project. So let's get to work. We're looking for a site to put the first piece of tin. This area has been opened up recently for habitat enhancement for game birds, and all wildlife of course will benefit. I think she found a spot. Let's go take a look. What she's doing is prepping the site for the piece of tin, getting it cleared down to ground level.
You want to make sure that there's some topography to it, so that anything that's under there, like snakes, has some little spots to hang out in.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be number one.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
Number one.
Number one. All right.
I guess I could make it look more one-like. We're getting the coordinates for this location so we can map it out and know where specific animals were found. Getting the GPS working, and we're going to take a point.
Speaking of wildlife, there are some deer tracks here. Pretty good sized deer came through, sunk in the mud right here. Heading this direction, probably going over to forage along the edge. Alright, it's my turn to spray paint. I have to shake this can for 1 minute, according to the instructions. 1 minute.
I think that's good enough.
Alright, done. And that's number 5. That's the last one we're putting out for this area. Really nice opening here. All kinds of wildlife are going to be using this and benefiting from it. And hopefully some reptiles will be hiding under this tin soon. As you can see, the rain has given us a little mud to play in here.
Here's Steve. He's put some flagging in his hat to make sure he's visible to hunters that are out here in this area. We saw a few on the way in. And he's looking for another site. Put some tin. We think we found a spot that there's a lot of debris up here. There's a large pile of logs. Might be a good spot.
And there's some water over here too, a little wet area.
Perfect.
This is a really good site due to all this debris that's been piled up from the clear cut. And of course all this debris will provide cover and feeding areas for all kinds of creatures, not just reptiles. But reptiles will greatly enjoy this spot, so that's why we're putting down a piece of tin here. In the summer, of course, there's going to be all kinds of vegetation trying to grow in here as it's decomposing. Little weeds and such. Of course, you know, what some people call a weed is another person's food source, so let them grow. More GPS coordinates. Which we will not reveal because, as I said, this is an undisclosed remote location in North Carolina. Again, we don't disclose the location because of the poaching possibility. The Resources Commission has planted some wildlife food crops in this one little area near where we're putting out tin. You can see here's some sunflower. And I'm not quite sure what type of crop this is, but it would produce quite a few seeds from this seed head. So these would attract all kinds of critters. Sunflowers, of course, would be attracting lots of birds and small mammals to eat the seed. This one's been picked over. So of course, this really increases the foods supply, the available food supply for wildlife in the area. And of course, some of those wildlife are eaten by our friends, the reptiles. And that just helps everyone. Helps the reptiles, helps the deer, the birds, the rodents. Increase the food, and therefore you increase the wildlife populations. Let's go get some more tin. Here's number 10, by the way. While excavating this site for the next piece of tin, I discovered a rodent tunnel. So of course, this will be a really good spot for this piece of tin. It may be a rodent tunnel, it may be an old root, but I think it's a rodent tunnel. So, of course, tunnel, rodents equal snakes. Something in that order anyway, hopefully. So there we go.